Hello everyone, welcome back to the fifth installment of this How to UV Map in Maya. Um, Currently, I have went and done the second leg like I said I would. I hope you guys are following along and doing the same. I put it over here. You can tell it looks a little bit different than this other one, but it's okay. It still works just the same. And where we left off was we mapped off the back of the head of the elf, and I put that piece right over in this area right here. And so now we're going to go ahead and start tackling the front of the face. I'm going to exclude the ears while I'm doing this, so it's going to be a little bit of a selection, kind of like point clicking to get all the faces that I want, but let's just go ahead and get started here. So I'm just going to do a little marquee box around the head, get the majority of them. And you'll see over here that the faces that are already selected over here, go to face mode, so I can deselect those ones. I don't need those to remap those ones, and the ones that's connected to the torso, I don't want those ones either. And I also don't want the ears, so that's going to be a little bit trickier. But I think maybe we can just do a little bit of a marquee box around this one, see what happens. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and just grab the rest of those ones. And I don't want to deal with the ears at all right now because the ears are going to be their own little animal, and the face is going to be complicated enough, so let's go ahead and just make sure we don't have those included at all. Okay, that looks like that takes care of that. Okay, and alright, let's go ahead and map this and see what we got. Auto mapping, looks like Maya did a pretty decent job of it. There's still a bunch of little pieces up here, but we'll be able to figure out what's up with that. So let's go ahead and drag those out of the quadrant and get started on putting this puzzle together. Yeah, we'll put it right over here. Sounds good. Okay, and looking at the face, looks like all the squares are nice and even, so that's good. Let's look at the front here, and we're going to go ahead and select those edges right there. We'll see what jumps over for the nose. See if anything we can see highlights. Let's see this piece over here. I'm assuming will jump over. Okay, that's about what I expected. Let's move it away from the bunch so as we're stitching and unfolding, we're having to be careful about what we're selecting here. This looks like the other eye, so I'm going to go ahead and just see what happens if I try selecting all of it and see if it outlines everything on the inside. Looks like it did. Let's see if it yeah, looks like it outlines some of the stuff over here too, so I'm going to do a little deselect over here just to make sure I don't have stuff jumping in there that I don't want. Okay, let's see what happens when that jumps in there. Grab the top of the head. Apparently missed that piece. This one? Let's see. Where's that coming from? Not seeing it. Oh, it's from over here. Okay. There we go. Let's do a little unfold right here. See what we got. Oh, that's a little bit too much. You want to keep these UVs even, and when you do an unfold on a large area, sometimes mine goes a little overkill on it. You have to kind of rein back your unfold selection. A little more even. There we go. Not perfect, but it's getting there. Let's check out this selection and see what jumps in there. That looks fairly decent. Got some overlap in here. We can problem solve that though. Let's first do a little unfold again and see what we got. See if that helps. Helps there. Let's see if it helps over here. Not a whole lot, but let's grab some edges and see what happens. Alright, looks like those highlighted up here, also down there. And yep. Okay, those ones are all connected to those. Okay, let's stitch that in. Let's unfold that area. Okay. Don't ever unfold edges. It's just bad. Unfold UVs only. Okay. Edges. Let's see what else we got. Looks like this whole little run here likes to go with the rest of this, so let's just go ahead and let it do that. Unfold again. Okay. Nope. Pulled another piece out that we weren't ready for yet. But I think we might be ready to go ahead and start pulling some of the. Let's see what this goes to. Part of the mouth. Okay. This too. Alright, well, maybe we can bring this whole little piece here together. I did promise you the face wasn't going to be easy, so that's why I saved it for last. Alright. And we got that one. Okay, good. Let's see if we select these, if that helps or grabs anything from over there. Yep, that definitely does. Okay. Now let's go ahead and drag these across. Well, that was a little bit much. Let's see what it grabbed I didn't want. Stuff from over here. Just deselect that. Okay, there we go. Let's unfold that, see if that helps us out. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Definitely looks like a face. Cool. Alright. Let's see if we can fill in some of these little pieces now. So let's just go ahead and do a little. Nope, don't want that piece. Don't know what that was to, but I don't want it. How about now? Yeah, that's a little better. That one? Sure. Let's see about these guys down here. That looks pretty good. Once you kind of know what you're working with and you know you're not going to be pulling parts like from areas you don't want, you can be a little bit more bold with your selecting. Just cutting and dragging stuff over and unfolding. But initially you don't really, sometimes you don't know what the pieces look like, so you have to do a little bit of just seeing what fits together until you have some that resembles what you're trying to actually recreate. Okay, so let's go ahead and go ahead and bring these guys in too. See what happens there. Sure, it's okay with that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens if we just go all the way around. Yeah. So it goes all the way around. Not quite. So this is kind of a buddy system over here. Then we can double up a little bit, see what happens when we grab all these guys here. Yep, that whole side there highlights. That's what we want. Okay. Go ahead and drag all that over. Let's unfold some of it. Unfold that jowl area. And maybe this upper area as well. Kind of distorted the eye a little bit. I don't really like that. How much is that? That's better. Gotta be careful. Can't trust Maya when it comes to every little thing. It does its best, but isn't perfect by any means. You only do what you tell it, as I was always told. Wow, that whole piece goes down there. Okay, let's see what happens when we stitch it. And unfold it. Yep, we're getting there. Okay, I'm not so sure about this piece in here in the middle though. Not sure what that goes to. There we go. See something that's highlighting down there. How about this one? Yep, that one goes to that. How about this guy? Alright. Just keep on going, I guess. No? Not that one? Alright. Let's stitch that. See where that untangles. The overlaps are things you gotta be careful of most. You don't want overlapping your UVs, or that means that one square will be getting the texture of another, which won't look right at all. So we're getting some pieces in there I don't really want. So I'm going to back out of that a little bit. Okay, let's just look at the bigger picture and see what pieces we actually have left. Okay, got a good little chunk of piece going on there. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we have no choice but figuring out that problem. What does that piece go to? Alright, let's get in there. Let's try folding it, see if it pulls it out at all. Nope. Apparently I already did that. One. Let's try growing the selection and see if we can just pull it out. I found a hole. Well, I say you gotta be careful of your overlaps. Sometimes you get lost in this puzzle, and untangling it could be a real pain. So imagine, like, if you had this tangle over here and this was turned off, it'd be even harder to figure out. So having this glue on, seeing where your overlap is super helpful. Make sure you always have this turned on. Okay. Alright, let's check out and see if this piece goes to anything. So let's highlight some stuff over here, see what jumps over. Okay. Oh, grab the torso. We don't want the torso. Deselect the torso. Just unfold that area now. Okay. There we go. That's looking better. Okay. How about these ones over here? Let's see what this goes to. As you can tell, it's kind of lagging a little bit, not quite as smooth movement. Sorry. That's probably as my history is building up. Every time you translate UVs, it creates another little node in your history. So, for instance, if you select on there and go to your channel box, you can see the history here is building up. So, go ahead and clear that out. I'm reminding you to do the same, so that way when you select your UVs and move them around, it's a little bit better. Okay. Let's get our edges, see where that is. We'll frame it in 3D so we can see exactly what I'm working with. That's the interior of the mouth, and that's definitely something I'm not going to be laying out on the outside of the head. Interior of the mouth will be set aside and done separately. Let's see about this guy here. Is this interior of mouth as well? Looks like it. If that's the case, well, that's just great. Let's go ahead and stitch those two together and we'll put them off to the side. Not a huge amount of point of having a seamless texture on the interior of the mouth, someplace you're not going to see a whole lot of. And if you do see a whole lot of it, it's a good place to put a seam. Right on the lips, because you usually don't see behind the lips too much. Okay. That takes care of the interior of the mouth, I think. Is. Zoom out a little bit, go on the side of the head. Yep. That pretty much probably takes care of that. We'll see if anything else jumps over to it, but we shall move on. Still got some more little pieces here we gotta put together before this lesson's over. We only got about 5 more minutes left, so I gotta start hightailing it, looks like. Where did that edge go to? Frame it over here. Goes on the back. Okay. Let's see if, oh, yep, there it is. Let's put it on this side. Sure. That sounds great. What about these guys? Where do those guys go? Let's frame it. Take a look. These guys are the interior of the eye. Yep. We also don't need the interior of the eye to be mapped to the exterior of the face. We will also be putting those, oops, missed one, there we go. We'll be putting those ones off with the head as well. There's no point in having those interior faces showing or seamlessly attached to these, because you'll see that they're on the interior of the eyelid. So there's not a whole lot of point in having them seamlessly attached to the exterior of the face. Okay, so let's see about these guys. Frame that out. That must be another mouthpiece. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and stitch that into the mouth then. Oh, had a few pieces I want to follow with it. So unfold that. Okay. Moving on to the next piece, let's check this one out. See what that goes to. Alright, that's nostril area. See if it's interior, exterior. That's exterior, definitely. So let's see what happens when we just jump it on in there. Oh, that's a mess. Alright, let's untangle that one. Yeah. Mine did a fairly decent job of unfolding that. Let's see about these faces though. Where are those two? Interior of nose. Okay, so the interior of the nose we could leave in there. It's not a huge deal, but I kind of like to keep them separate. There's not a whole lot of point in having the interior nose being seamless with the outside of the head. So I'm going to do create UVs, auto map that, and the auto map is a little overkill, by the way. That's something you guys don't have to do. You guys could just cut out the nostrils and bring it off to the side, but I'm just trying to speed the lesson up a little bit, and I know that's a time-saving tactic I use sometimes if I just want to remove something quickly rather than trying to stitch and cut out the piece I want away. I can just remap it, and that takes it out of there for you. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing for the other one. Oops. For those of you who don't know, if you double click on two faces that are in line, they'll bridge all the way around for you. That's what I'm doing here, and I'm just kind of growing selections so that I can get those interior faces as well. And then I'm going to create UVs, auto map it, and that gets rid of it, brings it over here. And I will take those guys out of here, just like I did before. Bring them over here. Okay. Alright, we're getting there, guys. Let's check out wherever that goes to. Interior of eyes again. All these little pieces are pieces we don't necessarily need. Okay. How about this guy? Let's see about that one. Frame him. Let's be inside the mouth. Yep, inside the mouth. Okay. Fold the mouth a little bit. Cool. Again, not super necessary. You don't see the mouth a whole lot, so the textures don't have to be perfect on the inside of the mouth. That also looks like interior eye. All these little extra pieces that are taking all of our time are all pieces that we don't need. Let's just do a group selection here, try to save some time and see what actually goes to what. If there's anything that goes to the exterior of the face that we need. Looks like most of it goes. Let's set a little transparency on here, see what highlights. Looks like all of it is for eyelids. There's one piece that goes to the neck that we're going to need. And the rest of it goes to the interior of the mouth or the eyelids. Maybe there's one exterior lip piece. Yeah, we need this one. So we'll go ahead and take that one. That's that piece right here. Okay. That'll save some time. I'll do all those little pieces of the nose and the interior of the eye, and I'll just stitch all those little teeny pieces together after the video, and then push them off to the side and give them their own little area. But I'm not going to take time in the video to stitch together the interior of the nostril. That just seems like a waste of time personally. Okay, so we don't want the mouth, so make sure that isn't selected, which it currently is, so let's just deselect that. And then we'll stitch that piece in. Oops, so you grab the mouth anyways. Okay, well, deselect that piece. There we go. Missed a little one. Okay, and then let's go ahead and unfold. Okay, well, and then we had one other piece that was this neck piece. That one. Yep. See where that one goes. Nothing's highlighting. It's interesting. Might have been the bottom of our selection, so that might be the case. But let's just go ahead and pretend that. Yep, there it goes. I found a home. Aha, knew that was going to happen. Alright, so what we're looking at right now is the head's almost all done being laid out. We do have a couple minutes. Maybe I'll try stitching the top of his head in real quick for us, so that we have maybe a seamless texture going around the top of the head to the front of the head. So we'll have to scale this up a little bit. Oh, not just in one direction. We need both directions. There we go. Okay, let's see what side we need. Okay, that's the side, so we got to turn this around. So we'll rotate it. Okay, let's just see what happens when we stitch that in there. Well, it's connected. It's not pretty though. Let's see if Maya can unfold that and not shrink it down to nothing. So let's go ahead and unfold that a little bit. Yeah, that's no good. Try again, Maya. Alright. I'll do a little bit more prep work to this. Got a couple minutes, so let's go ahead and try it. Okay. If it doesn't work in a group, you can always do it one by one. Just do a few stitches instead of a bunch of stitches. Oh, nope, don't want that. Stop messing with my eyes. There we go. This little patch here. I stitch those guys together. Okay. And we got all these guys over here, so let's just go ahead and just grab all these up here. Do a little unfold there. That was a little too intense. Ah, we're getting there. Okay. Basically don't want Maya to unfold this area here, because where the mesh is real dense, I don't want it to be any more dense, because that's where I want my texture information to be. Maya keeps wanting to push it in, make it smaller, and I don't want that. Okay. Okay, well that'll do for right now, I think. It's a good stopping point. We just hit 25 minutes, so right now we got I mean, the head is definitely getting there. We got a little ways to go, but um, the whole face is pretty much done, minus these interior eye, nose, and mouth pieces, which I'm going to take care of um, after the video. I highly recommend you do the same yourself. Just like I was doing for the mouth, just do the same thing for the eyes, nose, and treat each piece individually, and then just put it off in its own little area, very small because it doesn't need a lot of texture information. And then when we come back, we'll get back to the head here. We'll kind of finish up some pieces here. We might have to snippet some things off of the neck to kind of even out the neck area for the face, or vice versa. And then we'll start working on the ears, and hopefully have the ears knocked out in the next lesson, which will hopefully be the last lesson in my UV mapping. So I will see you guys in the next lesson. Thank you for listening.